Go and check.
Why don't you overthrow your government? If you are powerful, overthrow your government. Overthrow Tinubu.
With what weapons? Where did they get the money to buy those rusted weapons that even your police doesn't even have weapons?
We are richer than South Africa. Before you become the highest economy in Africa,
In Nigeria,
Guys,
when you call the police, they say you must put
Nigeria was
petrol.
the highest economy before South Africa. Go and verify.
I want to ask him.
2022, Nigeria was the highest economy in Africa. GDP.
You are talking about what's in the past. Most
What is
probably
your
was in the
GDP
past.
wise?
I'm sure in the 80s.
GDP now, currently. What is your GDP? What is your GDP as you speak right now? Wise, I'm asking you.
It doesn't know.
It doesn't even know what GDP
Wait,
is.
guys.
As
we speak now, Nigeria is ranked, I think third or fourth in Africa. I'll be honest to you. But Nigeria was the highest GDP in Africa.
Why are you talking about the past?
You don't know any.
Can you talk about what's happening presently? Talk about what's happening now, presently.
He doesn't even know.
Without the past,
He
you
doesn't
cannot
know
build
that
present.
Nigeria
Without
is
the
a
past, you
giant
can't
of
build your present. You
with
can't build your
multiple kids
present.
in Makoko.
We will not fools.
He's a giant of Makoko,
We will
Nigeria.
not fools. We need to ask Miss Angel. He says Nigeria is powerful. I'm asking him, what is Nigeria's GDP currently now as we speak? He needs to answer us. That's all. I'm gonna repeat.
I said to you that Nigeria is ranked either fourth or third or fourth in Africa. I'll be honest. South Africa is
number one.
I am telling you.
Who is number
South
one?
Africa is number one currently. I said
Thank
South
you.
Africa. 2022, Nigeria was the highest GDP in Africa. 2021, Nigeria was the highest GDP. Wow, not once.
Wow.
It was.
Used to
It's
be.
in the past. It was.
It's in the past.
What's your point, bro? What's your point? You come here.
Was.
You are
And
a
you're
powerful
talking
nation.
about, I used to.
Africa's.
Keep your
Go
mouth
and check
shut.
the passport Nigeria gave
Keep
people
your
during
mouth
time of
shut. There's
Mandela.
nothing
Wise men,
important
how
They
about
were
that.
lying to you. They took your money. They were lying to you. They took your money. They sold you that because they took money from you. What did they do with that money? Give it to who here in South Africa?
Shut up, you wise.
Politicians, they chow your money. They use your money to buy private jets and to take their kids overseas. The money never got to us, you know. Ask your
People, if there's people that are doing wrong things, this is very wrong. You can't be smuggling people cards and eating and chowing them at the same time, and dogs. Like, really, we don't mix with that kind of stuff.
Can I say something, please?
Guys, not.
Even our stray dogs are missing. We used to have stray dogs before they came, but now you hardly see any stray dogs, even in a township, you know? So imagine people that can even finish our stray dogs. We don't see them anymore. There's no stray
Even
dogs.
the ducks, guys. We used to have the ducks in our cities. Like, what is it? The ducks, yeah. We used to have many birds in our cities, in our CBDs. These days, all gone. Gone to the dogs.
Guys, we are talking about people that sold their own fellow brothers and sisters into slavery. What else do you expect from these people? They sold their own people into.
What
You
highest
understand? And
military?
the
Do you think we
21st
care
in the
about
world.
military?
We don't care about that.
Yes.
We about that.
We don't care about that. We don't care about
We
that.
care about military.
If your military is so powerful, why
You
don't you
don't care
overthrow
about
your
military,
government?
and you are seeking for war.
Why don't you overthrow? Why don't you overthrow your government?
By going
No,
to
that
seeking for war in
when
Nigeria.
it comes
with
into
Nigeria.
Don't tell
Africa,
us war.
South Africans is the one that have a more weapons. They even have the weapons that I don't want to name. What weapons do you have in Nigeria? Do you even have a budget for military in Nigeria? Do you have a budget of anything in your country?
They were donating bicycles,
we-
I think, last month for their military. People
We have
from
one of the
Bolo
largest
Estate.
military force in Africa. Go
Shut
and verify.
up. When he's talking about
You guys don't know
military, he's talking
anything.
about Boko Haram.
You mean
Shut
the
up,
one
wait.
that the one that they used to use tree branch to block the traffic in the streets? So then they
Yes,
can
they
ask
were
for money from
donating those
citizens.
bicycles. They don't
Is
have
that your
budget
military? The
for
one that
military.
even doesn't have the right equipment. If they want to do roadblock, they used to take tree branches and do roadblock. Is that your military?
I believe that Muzugu professor from
No,
South
I'm
Africa
asking
say
you,
black
is
South
it
Africans
is
are
the one that
senseless,
they are
and I
using
believe
tree branches
if she
to do
validate now,
roadblock?
I understand that you
They
people are
don't even
senseless
know things that
for
are
thinking
called
this way.
spikes.
Hey, wise. Another thing you must know, Don't act like you are so wise here. In your country, there is no Muzungus, but you are run by Muzungus. That's a fact. You know that. Your country is being run by white, by the Muzungus.
Why is one was right about military?
Even though they are not there.
This year, Nigerian military is it's ranked number 3. Wait, Unite. Apparently, they put Nigerian military number 3 after Algeria and Egypt. Then South Africa is number 4. Military ranking is sometimes based, most of the times actually, every year when they rate, they base these things on the available equipment. So Nigeria, Egypt, Algeria, and many other countries in the north, they tend to be in a region that is mostly in chaos. There's constant wars there, either with terrorists, the rebels, or just national, like wars, like civil wars, like Egypt, where they have to beef up their military because of the region is not secured. South Africa, I always say this, for me, South Africa has got the most powerful military in Africa, not because of what is said on the records. The records will show you something. The only
or is the military?
What Nigerian military is doing now, they also expanding into water. I think they buying a lot of equipment in the ocean to expand their military. Look, that's not a bad thing, guys. Military is necessary, but their military, it's not, it's not rated on performance, like how good it is. I don't think that's the case, because they're struggling a lot with Boko Haram. It's literally rated on the available equipment they have now. So they've been purchasing a lot of equipment. Nigerian military does a lot of, they buy a lot of equipment. They even buy from South Africa as well. We supply war machines to Nigeria because they barely produce war machines. They do produce, but at a small scale. South Africa is the leading manufacturer in Africa. So just by it doesn't make sense. Egypt is under threat. It makes sense why they bought more equipment and they are leading in Africa. Same with Algeria. The same can be said about Nigeria. They're more under threat. Those regions are not safe at all. I hope we understand each other, because the guy who's talking about military, I was helping that wise guy to understand military.
Busy cooking someone.
The guy is
what, guys?
They are leading us in terms of military. That's why he speaks so loud and proud. I've asked a simple question, which is the biggest GDP currently? He just round and round until he said they are number 4. But I was asking that these things talk. Your GDP talks a lot.
I told you already. I already answered you. I said South Africa is ranked number 1 in Africa currently.
You can't just hijack.
You understand?
Wait for me.
Don't say that. Don't say what I did not say, and you expect me to keep quiet. I said South Africa is ranked number 1 in terms of GDP in Africa currently.
Bro, what's your problem? Relax. I was speaking. Why are you like this now? Don't be beefed up, man. Relax. The reason why I asked that question, my boss, is because I wanted him to understand the GDP speaks a lot. We are capable as a country. If there was any threat concerning South Africa, in about a month or 2, we'll be the biggest in Africa, because there is a threat, because we're ready in terms of infrastructure, and we're manufacturing lots of weaponry as well, and we also supplying to other countries.
Yeah, look, so there's no time in history where Nigeria has ever had South Africa had a bigger GDP than South Africa. That is just not true. So what they did is that around 2014, before end of the year, their GDP from probably I could say estimate from January to June, before they came up with this theory of saying they're going to rebase their economy and count the informal economy. The economy was less than 200 billion US dollars. So they went to take a chunk of informal economy, and they made up those numbers, by the way. And then they came back and said, they can see that the economy in the informal sector is more than 200 billion US dollars. And then they came back, they said the economy is 510 billion US dollars. In 2014, you can check this, which is where I'm speaking. Check the Nigerian GDP in 2014. And what was the reason, right? and they went to start counting the informal economy. That's how they became number one. Keep in mind that South African GDP doesn't count the informal sector at all. So they already became number one on the baseline that they counting the unregulated economy, which is a thumbsuck figure, by the way, that came from them. Now they because IMF has never been happy with that figure anyway, the World Bank, but they ran with it. Now they fell below because the naira was devalued, the inflation within the economy, and the depression. What is the word? Where the currency loses the amount of value so bad, it affected the economy. It's called what? Depreciation, right? Depreciation. Yes, depreciation. It's low. Yeah, so the economy suffered a lot because of that. Now they had no choice. Now they this year they said they're going to count even the illicit activities in their economy to prop up their GDP. They want to be number one so bad that they making up things. They just make up things as they go. South African economy, I can tell you, it's not even. I think our government doesn't even report 50% of our GDP. If South Africa was to really report the entire economy of South Africa, it would be more than the entire economy of Africa maybe combined. And I can tell you why. Let me give you an example. Out of 100% shopping centers that are found in Africa, 88% of those are in South Africa. The amount of buying power in this country doesn't make sense. The fact that 88% of shopping centers on the entire continent are held by one country, and these shopping centers are full of international brands. Why will international brand come here at 88%? That means the potential buying power of this country could be bigger than the entire economy of Africa. Our Johannesburg Stock Exchange alone, it's bigger than all the stock exchange of Africa combined.